What's shaking, Scorpio? How you doing? It's Sarah with SG Tarot. Dang, Scorpio, you're the 5th sign I've done and the first sign where I've remembered to introduce myself. Must mean you're very special. Man, just got done doing the air signs. That energy was very interesting. So I'm very curious to see what Scorpio for the first half of February brings. We're shifting out of retrograde season. Venus retrograde just ended on the 29th. So go get that haircut. Dye your hair that color, rearrange your apartment. Those things that we want to splurge on, indulge, feeling like the more creative, expressive, indulgent with the finer things of life. You can do that now because Venus says it's okay. And Mercury retrograde is ending in a mere few days. I cannot wait. Pluto is coming out, so it's very interesting too with the nodes that have shifted. We are now officially in the north node of Taurus and the south node of Scorpio. So for those of you who are naturally Scorpios, it's time to pay attention to those overdeveloped traits, those vices that we have that don't serve us. You're a cool yin water sign. You have a lot of power, a lot of depth. Be careful that that part of you isn't becoming so secretive to where it alienates people or you shut people out. Make sure that you're not delving too deeply into the darkness, that you come up for light, that you're able to incorporate those more practical sides of life and not indulging in the more nomadic areas, because I'll tell you, that will not serve you for the next year and a half. You're in, luckily, Taurus and Scorpio are both fixed signs. So for the fixed signs out there, this will bring a level of comfort and familiarity. But it is really important for Scorpios to truly examine those areas of which brought you down in past lives. Your karmic destiny to own those parts of your personality. They're already developed, but to not overdevelop them. You may have spent time in a past life being in the back of the scenes of a powerful family, a ruler, a king, somebody with power, and you played a supporting role. Now is the time to take an active leading role in your life. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. This is going to be general. And I like simple spreads, or at least I do this month. So if you see any coincidences or repeating elements, numbers, means more. IMO. Interesting. God, that's so interesting. 5 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Same as Libra. Okay. Okay, Scorpio, I don't know what's going on, but there's a burden you need to release. I feel like the challenge for you, actually, which you're normally very good at, Piscean energy, fellow water sign, you're normally good at being still, being with yourself, being somewhat immobile. You are struggling with that right now. Lots of air energy that's infiltrating. Spirit wants you to think things through, but not to the point to where you are like agonizing and secluding yourself from others and letting your mind get the best of you. You need to free yourself from those thoughts that are just squawking. And I feel like it's related to whatever this burden is. It's either a burden that you're trying to let go of and you can't, or that you're not willing to get let go of and you need to. The outcome is also related to air energy, but there's like a little spark of it. I'm seeing a lot of similarities with the signs of not indulging. It's okay. This just came to me. Just like air signs can be mistaken for fire, I feel like water signs can sometimes be mistaken for air, because you are a very intellectual sign. You know your stuff, you know your facts, you know the details, but you have to exercise that deliberately and with discernment, because if you indulge, you're not an air sign, so if you indulge too much in the cerebral area and not with your heart, you're gonna get all kinds of effed up. That's gonna cause health problems. Like, I feel like that's gonna cause stomach issues. That I'm not sure why that just popped up, but I feel like too much head energy affects your digestion. It's gonna affect your colon, intestines, your ability to digest. Like, you can't digest things with just your head. You have to use your heart too. Yeah, so let's get some clarification. Why is this Ten of Wands here in reverse? Oh. Scorpio, I just felt this intense wave of sadness. This is powerful energy. It's like you have to let go of something you don't want to let go of. I don't know if it's a childhood dream, if it's like a soulmate. And I feel like there's a part of you that there's a struggle between independence, like extreme independence, hermit energy, which again, a lot of Scorpios are very naturally good at, Virgo energy, and Taurian energy, which is going more with the flock, going more with the laid down foundations of how a society or a structure or a life trajectory should go. That's Taurian, and I feel like you have to shift into that and you're struggling. I'm sorry. Tell me about the Hangman. Why is the Hangman here in the challenge? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have to move. You have to. There's a cycle that has to end in the world. There's a cycle that has to end, and you can't just sit. You can't sit passively by and let it happen to you. You have to go into the abyss. It's making you, by just sitting, you're imbalanced. It's throwing your equilibrium off. It's throwing everything off. And you don't want to fight. You don't want to be defensive. You just want to be. But unfortunately, now's not the time. And it's definitely not the time in Aquarius season and the new Aquarius onset. It's going to take you have to go with the pace. I don't think you need to rush. I don't think you need to go at supersonic speed, but you can't sit still. You have to do something. Tell me about the advice. Why is the Five of Swords here? Yeah. Okay. It's time for you to shift. Yeah, this is screaming earth energy. I know you're a water sign. I know you're a Scorpio. I know you like to do things the way you like to do them. You like to live in a dreamy state. You're being untethered is your comfort zone. You're nomadic. I get it. But you can't do that right now. You've got to have balance. You've got to get back into, you've got to create root structure and stability for yourself and for others that count on you. But mainly for yourself. Like, I feel like this is a cycle that you've been avoiding for a long time and just have dismissed that, this is just not who I am. Yeah, it is. Karmically, you came onto this world as a Scorpio. Like, who knows the exact reasons the cosmos created that. We all come into our own signs for one reason or another. But for this next year and a half, when Scorpio's in the South Node, to where we collectively have to rid ourselves from those toxic scorpionic traits, for you, that's going to be challenging. But hey, now you know. Now I've set expectations, and you're going to come out on top by doing it, because the good news is you also want to bring in those strength characteristics of a scorpionic sign into this next year and a half. And you already have those. You've already mastered that. Other people have to learn, like fire signs have to learn how to be more quiet and more reserved, and not to charge into things so quickly without putting some methodical thought behind it. Earth signs have to know to learn how to open their heart a little more and be more expressive, and not in a selfish way. So for you, it's time for you to embrace a more grounded reality. And you're very smart. Like, I feel like you have, the Ace of Swords is like bursts of energy, mental energy coming in. And it might be, that might be what's, colluding, just convoluting your head, because it's a lot. But you can metabolize that and process that and break it down in steps and work through it slowly. There's no rush. You have to move quickly, but you don't have to solve every problem right away. Don't put pressure on yourself like that. Tell me about the outcome. Tell me, feel the need to shuffle one more time. Page of Swords in reverse. Whatever the outcome in, it's very internal. It's like the internal wisdom that you inherit. You're like in learning mode. You're a student. You're out of your comfort zone with whatever this next endeavor, this next chapter is in your life. But that's how it's supposed to be. You're not gonna know. You're not gonna be an expert, which I know makes you a little crazy, but embrace the discomfort. There we go. Okay. Like exactly what I just said. I'll show you this first. Yes, there will be times of discomfort. Yes, you will stress. 9 of Swords. But this doesn't last forever. It's what happens when your mind is uncomfortable. Your brain likes routine. Your ego likes sameness. It likes what it knows. It hates what it doesn't know. It's going to try to resist. But look, man, Cancerian energy, the Chariot, 2 of Cups. You know what that is? That's like true soul-found, soul love coming through. But you have to be comfortable in the student role. And remember, exert your mental energy in pieces.